Hello and welcome, students. My name is Shampa. Today we are going to study simple interest. But before we understand simple interest, we will understand few key terms so that we can proceed further. So let's begin. Now there is a lender. This lender has money and he gives money to the borrower. So this borrower owes the money to the lender. Now we know the borrower has got the money, so he's using the money for a period, for a specified period. That specified period is an agreement between the lender and the borrower. Now, after the specified period, the borrower will return the money that he used. And also, along with the money that he borrowed from the lender, he will return an additional amount because of the advantage of using the money. This additional amount is called the interest. Now, how to calculate the interest, we will find out a little later. Now, before we proceed further, let us understand few key terms, very basic key terms. Let's start with principal. The principal is actually the money, the original money that is borrowed by the borrower from the lender. This is the principal money. And interest is the additional amount that is returned to the lender. It is normally given in the form of percent of the principal. I repeat, percent of the principal per year or per annum. Now, the interest on rupees 100 for 1 year is known as the rate percent per annum. I repeat myself one more time. The interest on rupees 100. Say the borrower took rupees 100 from the lender for a period of 1 year is known as rate per cent per annum. So let's move on. Now the next two important parameters are time and amount. Time is the duration for which the lender lends the money to the borrower. And finally, amount. Now we know the borrower returns the money to the lender. He returns the principal amount, and along with the principal amount, he returns some additional money to the lender. So the amount that is due to the lender is the principal and the additional money, which is the interest. So amount is principal plus interest. Now we know that the amount that is due to the lender is the principal and the interest. But the basic question that arises is how to calculate the interest. So let's quickly find out. So we have a principle. Let's understand it with the help of an example. We have a principle. Say, for the sake of convenience, let's say Mohan borrowed 100 rupees from Sohan. Mohan borrowed rupees 100 from Sohan. Now, he borrowed it at 10% per annum. This means after 1 year, Mohan will pay back 10% of the principal to Sohan. So what is it going to be? The principal was rupees 100. We know how to find out 10% of rupees 100. It is rupees 10. So the amount is rupees 100 plus rupees 10. So let's calculate the interest. So the interest is, let's say interest is I, and let's say the principal is P. So we will take the, in this case it was 10% per annum. So in the question it will be given the rate percent of the principal. So here it was 10%. So this is called the rate of interest. And because we calculate the rate percent, which means per 100, so we divide it by 100. So this interest is for 1 year. Interest of 1 year is equal to P into R divided by 100, where P is the principal and R is the rate of interest. So this is the interest for 1 year. What if we want interest for the second year? It's going to be P into R by 100. Now for 1 year it is 10%. For second year it's going to be another 10%. So we will multiply it by 2. So it's going to be twice PR by 100. For third year it is going to be 3PR by 100. Let's understand it with the help of our previous example. Okay. Now Mohan borrowed rupees 100 from Sohan. So in the first year he's going to return. Principal is 100. Rate of interest is 10%. And the time period is 1 year. So in the first year he is going to return rupees 10 as the interest. If he returns the money after 2 years, it's going to be 100 into 10 by 100 into 2, because here the time period is 2 years. It's going to be rupees 20. Similarly, in the third year, it is going to be 100 into 10 by 100 into 3. So this is going to be rupees 30. So do you observe one thing? The simple interest remains constant and it is proportional to the time period, and it is constant throughout the time period. It is constant. In the first year it became rupees 110. The amount became rupees 110. In the second year it became 120, and in the third year it became 130. So it increases by rupees 10 every year. This is called simple interest. So if the interest is calculated uniformly on the original principal throughout the loan period, it is called simple interest. There is one more concept called compound interest. I'll cover it in my next video. But in this video, we are going to discuss simple interest. So let's move on. Now, I mentioned a term called loan. What is loan? Loan is the money that is borrowed from the lender. So sometimes the term loan will also be used. In place of principal, it means the principal. Now let's understand the formula for calculating simple interest. For the sake of convenience, normally we mention simple interest as SI and P is the principal or the loan. And now we will find out the rate of interest that is due on this principal divided by 100. And if it is for 1 year, we are going to multiply it by 1. If it is for 2 years, we are going to multiply it by 2. And if it is for 3 years, it's going to be 3. So it means we will multiply it by the time, by t. And t is the time period. For the sake of convenience, we abbreviated it as t, and we abbreviated the rate of interest as r, and we abbreviated the principal or loan as p. So the formula for simple interest comes out to be principal into rate of interest into time divided by 100. And this simple interest, when added to the principal, becomes the amount that is due to the lender. Now let us understand it with the help of few examples. So here we have our first problem on simple interest. A sum of rupees 800 is lent for a period of 1 year at the rate of 18% per annum. Let's find the simple interest. At this point, you can pause the video and you can try it out yourself. So let's work it out together. Here we have the principal. Let us abbreviate it for the sake of convenience. Let us abbreviate it as P. Here the principal is rupees 800 and the rate of interest per 100, it is 18%. And the time period is 1 year. Let's calculate the simple interest where SI stands for simple interest. It's going to be P into R into T by 100. So we have the respective values. Let us substitute quickly and let's find out. Okay, it is 800. I'm sorry. 800 into rate of interest is 18% and the time period is 1 year. So it's going to be 18 into 8, it is 144. So 144 is the simple interest. Here only the interest was asked. We were asked to find the simple interest, so we provide the simple interest. In case they had asked the amount, what would we do? We would add 144, which is the simple interest, to the principal. So the amount is going to be 800 plus 144, which is going to be 944. So I hope this part is clear. Let's move on to the next question. So here is our next question. A sum of rupees 400 is lent for 5 years at the rate of 5% per annum. So let's find out the interest. You can pause this video at this point and you can try it out yourself. So let's do it together. So here we have the principal as rupees 4,000. And what is the rate of interest? It is 15% per annum. And the time period here, this time it is 5 years. So it's simple. We have the formula P into R into T by 100. And we have the values, we have the principal, we have the rate of interest, we have the time. So let's substitute them and we will get the answer easily. So simple and so easy. So we have this is the simple interest. So this is our simple interest. So we have discussed the basic concept of simple interest. In my next video, we will discuss few more problems based on simple interest. So that's it for today. See you in my next session. Till then, you have a good day.